Man Junkie here, back with another how to build Minecraft video. This week we'll be showcasing and I'll be teaching you how to build the Byzantine style church. This is all 100% my original design. I'll be having my inspired images that I used for the inspiration for this build from websites in the description, so you can go check those websites out, see some more Byzantine inspired architecture. That is really loud, see? That's what you get for trying to have intro music. Try not to get copyrighted. But please note, this isn't a 100% historically accurate build. I actually built it to be inspired from Byzantine architecture, and it's going to be very reminiscent of our actual Byzantine style house that we built last week. You'll notice a lot of similarities between this one and the images, but you also notice a lot of things that I threw in on my own. Anyway, let's get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so just like last week's build, I got the dimensions laid out just in case you guys are throwing this in a city, let's say a valley on top of a mountain. You're going to want to make sure that you have this space, you know, could be even in a cave, that's why we got the height there. It's going to be 23 blocks wide, 30 blocks long, and 22 blocks tall. It's not that big, it's almost about the same size as the house, but for some reason it looks a lot bigger from the outside. But you also have to take into fact that the roofs poke out by 1 to 2 more blocks, and the actual tips of the roofs I did not count. I started from the actual base sandstone blocks, so I did not count slabs. So give or take a couple extra blocks in every direction, you know, 20, 24, 25, 32, and, you know, 24. So let's get on into it. Alright, so the first part we will be building, obviously, is the foundation. That's where every build starts. As you can see, I actually started rebuilding it over here, because my original video was going to use text instructions, but I decided to scrap that, and, you know, we're going with the voice this time, so I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible to understand. So, what you want to start with is sandstone or smooth sandstone. Though you could choose whatever you want, it is your custom build. You know, you can make it red sandstone, you can make it out of terracotta, clay, you know, however you want to put a spin on it. That's absolutely fine with me. But anyway, you're going to want to start with, we're going to use sandstone. So we're going to take sandstone blocks and we're going to count out by 5 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so once you get that line of 5 right there, you're going to go to the one on the very far right, or it could be far left depending on what direction you're facing, and you're going to count out by 1. And then from that block, you're going to want to count to 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're going to mirror that exact left side over there onto the next side. So come out from this last block here, attach one, and then count out by 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's as simple as that. You're already halfway done. Congratulations. Alright, and the next step that you're going to want to take care of is on the left side here, and the right side included. Counting from this first block, you want to extend out this way by 19, effectively creating three sides of the square. So let's go ahead and start like on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What number comes after 18? Oh, 19. That's right. That's what it was. Okay. Brain moment, you know. Haha. That was a joke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's what it was. You guys thought I forgot again, didn't you? Nah, not me. I know how to count. Alright, so you should come out with this almost square looking shape. And then we're going to move on to the next side here in a couple of seconds. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to tackle is from either of these sides, again, counting from this last block right here, we're going to go into the inside of the build by 9. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Here, we're going to want to come to each of these sides and extend it out by 2. So count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to want to catty corner it, going out by 1 and then to the side 1, and just close that off to the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And later on for the entranceway, depending on how you make it based off of mine, we will be using that because the doors will be facing the inside here. Alright, so what we're going to be moving on to next is the back pillars that were showcased on the back side of the church with the second dome. So what you're going to want to do is go to the very end block over here, come in by 1, place 1, go up 1, into the right 1, place 2, and then square it off. You've effectively got this half circle, or as half of a circle can get in Minecraft. And you're going to want to mirror the same thing on the opposite side. So 1, out 1, 2, and then in 1. Alright, and then counting from this block here, you'll want to extend it by 1, and you'll want to extend this one by 1, and then another one, and another one, and then count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that effectively sets up the foundation for the back side of the church. And now we're going to move on to the front. Now the front side of the church is very similar to the back side, it's just that the dimensions of the pillars are a lot different. So what you're going to want to do, same concept, you see the one right here, leave that alone, go in by 1, place 1. Count 4 this time instead of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 1 back on the inside. And we're going to mirror this opposite side over here, so it makes judging the middle easier. So 1, out 1 by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in 1, place 1. Alright, then you want to extend these out by 1 and 1, and you want to count out by 3. 1, 2, 3. And your foundations should look almost just like or exactly like this. Just make sure to take it in a second, make sure you've got the dimensions right, and then we're going to move on to filling it in with wood. So as you can see from the setup over here, as well as the Byzantine-inspired house that we made last week, I am a fan of using sandstone and jungle wood. Sandstone and acacia wood look good as well, but I'm saving the acacia wood for my Roman-inspired builds, which I'll be planning in the near future. But you can use whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be wood, but I think wood is an appropriate fuller source, especially for the old days. I say old days, but I really mean thousands of years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the video. All we're doing is filling in this entire base floor. So you'll notice I actually cut through because adding in the wood took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but you're probably wondering why there's actually sandstone gaps in between these other wood floorboards. That's because we're going to be adding more structures there later on into the video, so you won't have to worry about it when we get there. I'll address it and we'll fix it, no worries at all. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be wanting to do is locating the center of the build. I found myself some shroomlight to use as a placeholder block. This is where we're going to be placing this dome tower right here for the top of the church. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and make a giant T, counting from the middle of this block right here. The entrance is what it is going to be, so count in by 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So here in the center, you're going to go all the way across to the opposite side. You're going to want to do the same thing over here. As you can see, there's 5 blocks. Place it in the middle and go all the way over to the other side. And honestly, you don't have to extend it out by that way because we now know where the middle is. So go ahead and just place yourself a sandstone block there, and then we can go ahead and get rid of the shroom light. Now that we've removed our shroom lights or other placeholder blocks, we're going to be continuing the construction of the center dome tower. So what you're going to want to do is starting on every single side block beside the sandstone, count out by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and place a block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a block. We're going to do this on every side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a block. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're placing the block on the 4th one. Extend each side out by 2 on either side, making it 5 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again over here. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And again, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And one more time, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then go ahead. Just place these blocks in the center here, up by 1 and to the left by 1. Again, up by 1 to the left by 1. And to effectively have this dome or tower style circle going on. Now this tower, counting from the first block that we placed it, is going to be 21 blocks tall. So go ahead and start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21. I'm going to go ahead and fill all this up off screen. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, now that you've got the entire tower filled in, I used sandstone for this one, even though I used smooth sandstone for my original one. You can use whatever block you want. We're going to go ahead and start filling up the front and back towers to this build. So as you can see here, we have a tower on the corner, another tower on the corner, and then we have 2 more towers on the corner. I say towers, but they're really just extensions of the building. All 4 of those corner extensions are going to be 8 blocks tall, and you can use a block of your choice. I'm going to use smooth sandstone, so go ahead and count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we can go over here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's right, I missed the bottom one. Don't fill in these center ones. The center ones are going to be a little bit taller, and depending on what side we're on, they will be a little bit bigger, and I will get right back to you guys on that. Alright guys, as you can see here, we have built the towers up to 8 blocks high on every single corner side. So we should have 4 in total, every single one going 8 tall, and they should have these catty-cornered extensions as well on either side of the build, and we can go over here and check it out on the corner. 8 high, 4 pillars total. And then we can move on to this one right here. This centerpiece is going to be the back of the church, and it is going to be 11 high. So if you want to, you can count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or you can just start from the 8 and go 9, 10, 11. And you only have to add 3 more. And we can go ahead and add all of that on every single side. Go up to 11. This is the most tedious part of the build, I find, is just filling in walls, filling anything. My most exciting part is definitely the design. Probably building the foundation, because once I get the foundation, I get the main idea of what I'm going to do. And as you can see here, 11 tall. It should be 3 taller than the 2 side pillars over here. And then we're going to move on to the main tower that's going to be sitting in the front of the church. And this will be going up 16 blocks into the air. So we can go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is our placeholder, so we're going to have to count up by 8 more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. 16 tall.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we go ahead and do this on the other 3 blocks.
For this next step, I will be showing you how to extend the doorway up to its appropriate block, and I'll also be showing you 2 extensions on these sides here that I actually forgot to mention earlier. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the entrance area over here and extend it up into the air about 7 blocks, or exactly 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Go ahead and leave these 3 middle spaces open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do the same thing on these 3 sides here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Go ahead and leave this space empty, so I really meant 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I will show you the other 2 extensions I was talking about here in just a second. And for these next 2 extensions, they're actually going to be very reminiscent of these 2 right here, just 2 blocks taller. So what you're going to want to do is go in by 2. 1, 2. And then come at it and extend it by here. I'm using sandstone. Place 1, go down 1, and go in 1, place 2, and go over 1, and go in 1, and place 2. You should have a 2-block gap in between the door and the corner of the structure. We'll do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 1, out 1, to the right 1, 1, 2, in 1, to the right 1, and 1. And we're going to go ahead and extend these up by 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as you can see here, it is a total of 2 blocks taller than the side extensions, so we're going to go ahead and finish these off. Oop, 1 extra one right there. Going to go up by 10, 10 more, and then we're going to rinse and repeat on the opposite side. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and build these up by 10. Don't place any extra like I am. Oh, I'm a master builder, I can tell you that. And 10, all the way up until 10. We're going to move on to the next stage. Is you're going to want to make sure you come around to this side wall right here. It should be the only wall that you have no standing structures on, and we're going to build a structure there. Try to find your center. It should be really easy. Just go to this tower right here. Find the third block in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There it is right there. And we're going to just drag it back and place one right here. This is 2 blocks, and we're going to go ahead and take this up to the exact amount of 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we need this to be 5 blocks long, so we're going to add 2 on this side and 2 on that side. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And again, we're going to add another one on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And you're going to want to go ahead and do it on the other 2 sides over here. So just out by 1 more, take it up to 15. And then take this up over here to 15. And the next step is we're going to go down by 1 and just take it all the way down. Same thing on the opposite side. You're going to go down by 1 and take it all the way down. I'm going to build this up. Alright, and you're going to do the same thing. This is how we're going to do it till we get to the very edge of the wall right over here. So we can actually go ahead. Break the 1. Make sure it is every step is 1 less than the other. Break the 1. 1 less than the other. And break the 1. Or make sure there's 1 less. And then we're going to do the same thing on this opposite side over here. Make sure there's 1 less. Make sure there's 1 less, and make sure there's 1 less. Alright, we've successfully finished one of these sides of the church here. So we're going to move on to these other 2 sides, and then eventually the roof. Alright, and the next step we're going to be working on is we're going to be taking these 5 by 1 side walls right here amongst this bigger wall that is shaped almost like a triangle, and we're going to be bringing them up by 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. As you can see here, it should match the exact height of the very edge. You're going to want to continue bringing it out until we get right here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And finally, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you're going to want to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side. And after you have brought this opposite side up by 10 blocks, we are actually going to go to this wall over here on this side, and we are going to bring this entire wall, this half right here, and this half right here, up to 10 blocks as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. As you can see here, it should be the same exact height as these 2 towers. We're bringing up these 2 walls. We are going to be doing the same thing over here, these 2 separate sides, this one right here, and the one on the left, we're going to be bringing it up by 10, and it should match the exact height of this pillar right here. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And what we're going to want to do is just fill in this wall right here, and fill in this wall right here, and we're going to be bringing them both up to 10. Alright guys, and once you have filled these 2 walls up to 10 high, we can go ahead and move on to adding the last 2 walls that are going to go in the front and the back of the church. And here's how that's going to work. So you're going to want to find the line that we left here earlier, the little placeholder that I'm going to be using for the wall, and just go up until you reach the 10 mark, and then you're going to go up 1 more, making it 11. And you're going to want to go ahead and go up to 11. Alright, and as you can see here, we have 1, and then it goes up, and then it's going to go 2, and then it's going to go up, and then it's going to go 2 again. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. We're going to go up by 12. We've reached 12. All right, we're going to go up by 12 again. And then we're going to go up by 13. You know, you're starting to see a pattern here, I'm sure. And then we're going to go up by 13 again. All right, and we should have, yep, 5 blocks here. So let's go ahead and move on to the other side. We're going to go up by 10. And then one more for 11. And then we're going to go up by 11 again. And then we're going to go up by 12, making it 1 taller. And then we're going to go up to 12 again. And then finally, we're going to go up by 13 twice. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing on this side over here. So go ahead, count with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry about that. Oh, hold on. I meant 11. There we go. Let's not make mistakes here. Go up to 12. Hey, nobody's perfect, and that's okay. That's what makes us unique. 12, and then we're going to go up to 13 twice. Just like the other side. It's going to mirror the other wall. All right. We're going to go over here, go up by 11. 11 again. And then 12 twice, and then 13 twice. That's one thing I try to keep with my builds, is just consistency and simplicity. Sometimes it's the best thing you can have. And if you don't like it, you know, you can add more textures. You can add different, you know, designs, make your own ideas. I don't mean that in a rude way, not one bit. Nope. We are making these, I'm making these videos so that they may cater to you. Anyway, now that you've done that with your walls, we can move on to finishing off the pillar over here and going on to the roof. Alright, and to finish this pillar off over here, we can actually leave this space down here open, but we're going to go up until we have this gap here. We're not going to put a hole in the wall, but we're going to this gap right here. We're going to come up by 2, and we're going to come up by 2. And then we're going to go all the way up to the top, just like that. Fill it in. And it should be 3 long. And then what you're going to want to do is just come out by 1 and go out by 1 more, just like that. Catty corner it, and then make it 3. And then make it 3. And then make it 3, just like that. We're going to have this gap over here. We can close this off later when I show you guys some of the interior, but we're having this right here just so we can manage the actual roof. Alright, and then speaking of roof, we can go ahead and start that now. One thing before we move on to the roof, come around to the back side over here, and much like we did the dome tower over there, we're actually just going to find the gap, and we're going to fill it in until we get to the top, just so it makes making the roof a little bit easier. Fill it in until we get to the top, just like that. Alright, and then we can move on to the roof. And for the roof, I used dark oak wood stairs, dark oak wood slabs, and dark oak wood planks. Again, you can use any block you want. This is just my preference. A lot of Byzantine architecture had darker roofs from what I've seen in my research, so we can go ahead and start with that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab the stairs first, go ahead and come around to this back side over here, and follow along with me. You're going to find this pillar right here, the one that comes up by 2 and goes in by 1 and 1 on every side, and just get the very top right here and place an upside down stair. And then corner that stair, bring it in, place an upside down stair, and then bring it in, place an upside down stair, and then corner it off. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing right over here. Get an upside down stair, bring it in, and then corner it off. Alright, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing over here. Upside down stairs, rotating around the entire ridge of the ceiling or roof. Make sure you don't leave any of them unfolded like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring it in, and bring it in, and then we're going to bring it in. Alright, And then you're going to take some slabs, and you're going to throw them on the open spaces where we did not put the stairs. And then you're going to do the same thing on this one. This one's going to be a little bit different. It'll come up by one more, but we'll show you. And then you're going to throw the slabs. Alright. And then with this one, you can actually go ahead and bring it out by one more. Be careful of that, because slabs do turn into blocks when you double place them. And then square it off. Alright, and then we're actually going to come around over here to this left side and do the exact same thing. So go ahead and add your stairs, corner it, bring it around, corner it once more, and then a last time. And then we're going to add our slabs. Alright, and we're going to finish off the entrance to this place really quick. I'm going to show you guys how to make my door. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in by 3, and then go up by 3 again. Place a block, have this one singular block holding like that, and make sort of an archway, just like that. And then go ahead and build all the way back up. You could place the door one more in if you'd like to, like so. But I personally prefer it if it's like this. And then we're going to have the door sitting right here. So let's go ahead and add the roof border to it. Again with the upside down stairs. Corner it. Bring it out, corner it, bring it out, and then corner it. Alright, and then same thing with the slabs. We're going to place them all down, covering up the sandstone. And then we're going to go in and up by 1. Go ahead and place one as a placeholder, and you can go ahead and break that and place a slab there, and just make a small little U there. Alright, and it should look something like this. And we're going to move on to this side right over here. Corner it, place it out, corner it, like that, place it out. You gotta be careful of that, it'll get you. And then place it down. And we're going to do the same thing on these two sides over here. After we place our slabs, you cannot forget that though. Slabs are up. And then we're going to place a staircase, corner it, bring it out, and then corner it. Alright, and then we're going to throw our slabs down. We're actually going to be doing the 3 layers of slabs like we did towards the front over there. And then we're going to come over here, throw our stairs, bring it out, and then begin to corner them. Stairs can be tricky sometimes. You just have to have your angle placed correctly, and then after you get that, you'll be able to manage them fine. Go ahead and place our slabs, and then square it off. Alright, and your build should now look something similar to what we have going on here. I can see that we missed a stair right here. We can go ahead and fix that though, no worries. That's why it's good to check whenever you're done. Looks like we'll have to tweak that a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and now we can move on to squaring off the top of these 2 domes. On to topping off these 2 dome towers here. It's going to be very similar to the same pattern that we have going around the base now. What we're going to do is hit the stairs on the upside down, just like this. 1, 2, 3. Corner it off. 1, 2, 3. Corner it off. 1, 2, 3. Corner it off. 1, 2, 3. And then, as you guessed, corner it off. Alright, then we're going to take our slabs, make sure we cover up every piece of sandstone that is visible. Alright, and then we're going to go up by 2 right here in the corner, put a slab, break it, and then go ahead and just square this off. And it's going to be the same exact concept for right up here, just a little bit bigger. Alright, so we're going to come up here, and we're going to place our upside down stairs across this side of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to caddy corner it. Make sure you get that angle right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to go ahead and corner it off twice more here. Bring it out. Oop, don't break the sandstone. That was a complete accident. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and corner it off 2 more times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to corner it off the last 2 times. There you go, and it should look just like this. Gonna give it a view real quick. Alright, and then we're going to place our slabs wherever you see sandstone, just like this, excluding the center there. Make sure you leave these gaps here. Oop. Oh, I break a little bit quick here on console. Alright, and then we're gonna bring it out by 1. Alright, and make sure you get those corners correct. Just like that. Bring it all the way in. Corner it. Bring it all the way in. Corner it. Bring it all the way in. Corner it. Bring it in. And we're going to do the same thing again. Corner it. Bring it in. Corner it. Bring it in. Corner it. And then bring it in. And then corner it. Alright, and this side we're not going to go up anymore. We're actually just going to square it off. So you can go ahead and place the sandstone there. And then place your slabs to close off the roof. And with that, we are done with all of the extensions of the roof, and we can actually go ahead and make the actual ceiling. The ceiling we're going to tackle is this triangle-shaped wall right over here, because on this side I used stairs instead of the rest where I used slabs and planks. So go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a layer of slabs right across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and bring them all out by 1, just like this, to give it that nice overhang textured look. Close them off. Bring them all down. Alright, and then go ahead and make some upside down stairs just to really add that design, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. That looks really good compared to the site over here. And then we're going to do the same thing over here, upside down stairs until we get to the bottom, and it should look something like this. As you can see, we have our villager friend here. He'd like to be a part of the video. Special thanks to him. Oop, I did not mean to hit you. I do not need a lawsuit right now. Alright, and then we can move on to the other part of the roof. Was a little tricky because I used a combination of planks and slabs, but I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, and we can go through it like that. So go ahead and place a plank, a plank, a plank, a plank, and a plank, going 5 across, and then place you some slabs on the bottom half of those planks. Place some slabs above those planks, bring them in, and also make sure that we are bringing them all out by 1. And then you're going to want to try a plank there, and just so we can go ahead and get these planks over with, we'll place another one here, go to this opposite side, place a plank, and place a plank. Then we're going to throw in our slabs, and we're going to bring them all out by 1. There we go. Alright, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And we're actually going to go across the top of this gap with all slabs, and go ahead and place your planks, bring them all out by 1, 1, and 1. And then go ahead and square off these little gaps right here to make it a nice even shape. Bring this up by 1, square off the gaps. There we go. And then it should look something just like this. And this design is going to go straight across. And what we're actually going to do right now really quick is close off this roof, just so we don't have any holes laying in the base. That would be very bad for the furniture if it started to rain. Alright, and just like I said, this is going to go directly across. You're going to overlap with these domes here. That is absolutely okay. And you're going to continue to bring it across all the way to the other side. And then when you get to the other side, make sure you bring it out by 1. And also make sure you're adding in these gaps. So continue to bring it out by 1. Cover the gap. Bring it out by 1, cover the gap, bring it out by 1, just like that. And it'll be done on the exact same side over here. So go ahead and add your planks, bring it up by 1, add your slabs, bring them all out by 1, cover your gap, planks, slabs, gap, planks, slabs, gap. All you have to do is bring these in, place your planks, and this over here will actually extend to the tower in the middle, so we can go ahead and start that. Then we can go ahead and add our steps. So we might have to break some of these, and that's okay. Some creepy cave ambience noise right there. Alright. And these are not actually going to go all the way across, because once we get to about here, we're going to start adding in the other roof. It's going to intertwine. So what you're going to do is bring all that in. Alright, you see where with the step stop right there, we're actually going to be doing that right here as well. Alright, so this is going to turn into a plank, and these two are going to be gotten rid of. We're going to be adding our stairs in, our slabs, and they should connect to the bottom of the stairs just like that. And we're going to do that all the way across here. And this side does not have an extended roof like it does over there, so we don't have to worry about anything. We just have to come back over here and make sure we fill in the roof. And make sure you do the same thing on the opposite side right over here. And this side over here will be filled in the exact same way it's filled in over there. And I'm going to do that off camera. I'll see you guys in just a second. Right, and when you guys are done with that, your build should look just like this. As you can see here, we actually left a gap at the front door, and we're going to be filling that in right now. And that's the last step before I show you guys some furniture for the inside and some decorations, textures, etc., stuff like that. So, same concept, just go ahead, fill this line up, fill these two in all the way, these two 1-block gaps, go out here, and then just cover it with your slabs. Holes like that, they can be used for lighting later, depending on how you like to light your buildings. You can use redstone lights in the ceiling. I personally used candles, but, you know, to each their own. Alright, so just for a few texture design ideas I had, obviously we have space for some windows up here. You know, you can choose any spot that you'd want. I try to keep it symmetrical, you know, and I like the habit of putting fences in the windows because the usage of glass was minimal, and I also like the way that it adds the design into there. We can add a cross, since the Byzantine Empire was influenced by Christianity. We can add some windows over here on this side, the big one. We can go ahead and add ourselves a cross if you want. You can do whatever you'd want. It doesn't have to be that. There we go. I liked these windows that I had added in. Go up by 3, over by 1, 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 up by 3. You should have a 2 gap on each side. Go ahead and place the fences in, or you can use glass. Alright, and then we can go in by, or up by 1, do 3 more. And then you're actually, for the build, I just did it on the 2 over here. I left the middle with a gap, just to accommodate for the cross. I feel like too many windows would be a little bit too much. Alright, and another thing I did for these pillar walls over here was I took stairs and I used those as the main building block. and I did that all the way up, so just like this. And it doesn't have to be this. You can design the outside in any way that you'd want to. I personally liked this. I thought it added a lot of nice texture to it. I did the same thing over here. And then again on this side. And one last one right here. I did the same thing on these two walls over here. And then on these ones, I believe I did something similar. I'll show you. And then on this center tower, I actually ended up doing this with the stairs. Stairs are great for adding texture into walls, in my personal opinion. I think most Minecraft players in the community would agree, especially higher end builders. Just all the way to the top, a lot of tedious patterns, but at the end, I think it's worth the while. And then here, we can add in our squares. I'll only do it on one side, because, again, you can add in any way that you want to. Alright, and you can add that over here. I also did that on these sides. You can also change some of these corners to sandstone to add texture. In my personal opinion, it looked really good. Just like that. I think it really makes it pop out a little bit more. And I'm going to show you guys how I made the door. It's just a combination of spruce doors and spruce trapdoors. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come on the inside here, place your door, place a trapdoor. Oop. Now you're going to want to place it right here so it can open correctly. Go ahead and crouch. Place you another one, if I can. You might have to add a couple of blocks out here so you can crouch and place it down. There we go. Close it. Place one here, bring it down, place one here, open it up, crouch, place one, and then close it. And that's how I made my door. And you can go ahead and grab yourself some stairs, make you a nice little entrance, and just like that. And I'm going to actually go to the main build now, and I'm going to show you guys some furniture. And look at this cute baby little cow. Isn't he adorable? The best thing ever. He looks like he is in a lot of pain. He does not look very happy. I feel bad. Yeah. Alright. We're just going to leave him there. We've got other things to worry about. So now I'm going to show you guys what I did to my actual original build, so you can add yourself some structure and some texture and color to your creation. As you can see, we actually have the vines going around the structure. You can see here where I had added my stairs in, like I showed you earlier, and I also added some border stairs down here, just to make it look like it touches with the ground easier. I added some terracotta, just a regular color, because I think it makes a nice looking, concrete pathway. There's my door, some candles. I made this graveyard type creation because most churches I've seen associated with history, they do end up having graveyards with gravestones, either on the side or behind it. I threw it in the front just because I also thought it looked nice and gated. As you can see over here, we have these tables with red carpet on the top that symbolizes these old... They had these boxes that they had in the churches that had red tops on them, so I thought that this is the best way to replicate that, kind of like the Lost Ark. And as you can see here, we have vines going around the building, again with the sandstone on the sides. Here we have the cross, the stairs, all the windows on this side, just like I showed you to make on the other one. And then on this side, it's kind of barren, but we do have the stairs that I showed you earlier. And I'm actually going to show you guys the interior. We have our candles. They are lit. I think they just take a little bit to load into the chunk sometimes. Open the door. Close it behind us. We weren't raised in a barn, let's be honest. We got ourselves the very high hanging ceiling. We could put chandeliers there, but I chose not to. Over here we have two wooden crosses with a stone altar. As you can see, we have gold here as an offering, a flower, and then candles. We have candles on either side to keep it lit up. I used birch to signify the difference between jungle and the actual, places for the stages, also because it matches somewhat with the sandstone theme that we have going on here. I put carpet on the top, red carpet. I think it really does a good job representing almost royalty. And when you think of churches, you think of higher ends like priests and gods and things like that. Over here, we just added some overhangs to our windows to give them a little bit more of a pop. And then on the front side of the church, we have those stone tables I was talking about. These display cases over here, which we can put stuff inside of by using pistons. Then we have our pews or seats. We have candles laying around to keep it lit up, also to keep it with that older theme. And then we have a golden cross, and we come up here. This is where the sermon would be spoken, or the word of God to the people. And then we go in here, and we have a spiraling staircase going up to the top of the tower. Sort of a long, tedious walk. You could put a bell up here. I chose not to. I just threw in some candles and some support beams. There's really not much going on. You can look outside the window, even though you can't see much. But, if this was real, it'd be a lot easier to see through. And you could look amongst your Byzantine city. Over there, we can see Constantinople and the Hagia Sophia. And then we come back down here. And that's pretty much it. That's what I have to show you guys for my build. So yes, that does conclude today's building tutorial video, or I should say this week's. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and possibly subscribe. Making these videos, it does take a lot of effort editing. I work a full-time job, so I don't have much time to get on and actually build these things, but I do enjoy building them and sharing them with you. And if there's something that you'd like to see next, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to take some of your suggestions and try to build it. Until then, I love you guys. Peace.